these trips are really helpful just to kind of see what's happening on the ground, get a sense of what's working, what's not working, and then when I meet with political leaders and their staff, it adds a lot of credibility to be able to say I was there and this is what I saw. And I will be doing a lot of talking about how Americans are treated in the West Bank, because that sort of blew my mind that, here the U.S. is so night and day from Ukraine. Ukraine people are very appreciative of that the U.S. is providing weaponry. The military and the government is very cautious about limiting civilian casualties when they're fighting the Russians. Complete opposite story with Israel, right? They do whatever they want. They don't really listen to our leaders at all. They just do whatever. And then, Americans are treated pretty awful out there. There's a woman from my state who was killed there, I guess, 3 months ago. Nothing's come of it. She was shot while leaving a peaceful protest by soldiers. There's another woman from my state a while back who was run over by bulldozers. So, it's not a safe place to be American, but it's not because of the Palestinians. It's because of the government that we provide billions of dollars in aid to. And then our leaders just kind of like, well, they'll do an independent investigation and nothing comes of it. And
nothing.
There's no one's ever held accountable. So that part was interesting.
Yeah. And I suppose what we have to remember, as you say, I mean, for yourself, for Americans that are going there, it is, but for the people that are living there, that's their day-to-day life. And there's no, like we're saying, there's no sort of hope of getting away from that at the minute.
You feel so anxious when you're there too. Like you just feel like you're just waiting. So my last night there, we went out and got food at this little restaurant and this was in Jerusalem there, in the historic old area. And there's Israeli soldiers set up a checkpoint right outside the restaurant. And then next thing you know, we hear a bunch of screaming, and they got some kid pinned, probably 19-year-old guy with glasses pinned against the wall. And he's yelling. You could tell he's probably
petrified.
He was definitely, he was petrified, but also completely sick of this. And you never know the backstories, right? It could be the exact same soldiers that harass him every single time he goes home after school. So that was like 10 minutes of yelling. His buddy tried to intervene. They pinned him to the ground, and you're just kind of sitting there like trying to eat your dinner, and you're like, this is nuts. And this is like in the holiest of holy cities. This stuff is going on, and this is how people are being treated. And so just a big disconnect between how Israel-Palestine is discussed in the U.S. versus on the ground. You're like, this is there's a huge power difference. One group has a ton of power over the other. The other group, can't do a whole lot other